to Snedeker's ball.
And it rattles around the trees, and you can always tell where Tiger Woods' ball goes because the fans.
It's not coming back. It has started right of the flagstick. It's at that bunker and probably in it, I would assume.
Just like you said, Frank, that bunker.
Not much break in it up the hill.
He too misses on the low side.
This ball going up the right-hand side with an iron should be fine, just fine. Good position.
And there he is on that right side of the fairway.
Go long, run out of green on that line or left. Keep it a little bit right of the hole is, I think, the preferred position.
Shove that to the right.
Yeah, this is quite a bit right. That's a long one left there.
It's one of the longest putt you can get here at Innisbrook.
See if it stays on the green.
No, it's just the left.
Ball is first half uphill, then it'll level out and go downhill slightly and be turning to his left. Not easy to get the speed right here.
Not bad, but
confidently walks that one in. Nice two-putt from just under 75 feet for Tiger.
Tiger Woods on the tee here at the par 4 third.
oh, that last yard and nose dives.
Came out on a lower trajectory than I would have expected at the right side of the green. That's a good shot.
Well done by Tiger at the third, so he'll have that for his first birdie of the day. So we go back to 2.
This also no exception, Roger. There was another fine approach shot there coming into this hole out of the rough.
Yeah, controlling the distance really was the key to it, and he did a beautiful job here. A putt now from this right side of the green will be running downhill away from him. I think it's going to try to move just left. Certainly as it loses speed, it should be going that way.
There's certainly a different buzz this year at Copperhead.
Tiger Woods. Many came to watch this man, and he delights them with a birdie 3 at the third. Look from high above. After a couple of pars to get his day going, starts walking that one in. A little low fist pump from waist high. So that moves Tiger Woods to 5 under par. Saturday at the Valspar Championship, just heating up. Corey Connors continues.
Dispersed around the golf course, Frank, but they are all wanting to get a glimpse of this man as he steps up to the tee at the 4th.
174, and he's got an 8-iron in hand. Wind seems to have dropped. I don't really detect much against him, and it should be against playing in this direction. Very high, just left of the hole.
Well, I guessed wrong. But
we are back at the 4th. Does Tiger have a little magic in him short of the green?
oh, you're going for the early call, Steve. Oh, I tell you, could be right.
Not to be that time.
The eyes locked in.
Joe LaCava.
Roger, if anything, this has got to go left, doesn't it? It slows down.
Frank, I don't know. The hole's cut in the middle of a valley. It slopes left to right, left of the hole, and right to left, left to the right of the hole. I think, if anything, it might be a tendency to go just right if it loses speed.
Uh-oh.
Stayed pretty straight. He put it on that left edge. Stayed pretty straight.
Just sneaks in.
Oh, the game giveth and it taketh. Sneaks that one in. Yeah, a little.
Might even sneak a 3 in.
Yesterday here at the 5th with a driver, he drove it right down the middle, 342 yards.
Driver is the important shot on this hole, though. You miss the fairway wide either way, and you can make this a much tougher 5-par than necessary. He seems to like it. Right down the middle.
Yeah. Laced it. Yeah. You can force our cameraman to keep panning and find that ball.
No question there with the driver and hands clear after that 321-yard drive. Roger, what's he looking at here with his second?
Well, he's got 283 yards to the hole, which is cut deep on the left-hand side of the green. 259 to the front right, the opening between the bunkers there. So he's got the horsepower certainly to get it there, but it's got to be a good one. Breeze just starting to pick up a little bit. Still think he can get it there, though.
He's going to try to get over just the corner of those trees. Down the left side.
It was nailed. It was solid. I don't know if it's a little too far left or not, but it was hit solid.
It was definitely hit solid. Just misses the green on the right side. We'll have to wait and see what the lie looks like with his 3rd upcoming at the 5th. Tiger Woods, fresh off that birdie putt. He's walking to the green at 5 when we come back. Shot to stay out. All right, Roger, here comes Tiger's 3rd.
I didn't get a chance to get a look at the lie because we were a little behind Brandt Snedeker as he was playing his second. But not a ton of green to work with. And it'll depend on the lie, just how softly he can get this to land.
How about the kids on top of their parents' shoulders looking on? Young and old coming over here to the Copperhead course to see Tiger play here at this venue for the very first time in this tournament. It's been 22 years since he last came over here to this side of Florida to compete at the highest level. Well, if you had any questions about his driver, that was answered off the tee at the 5th. If you had any questions about his short game, that too was answered with that shot. And Tiger makes his 2nd birdie of the day to move to 6 under par and a tie for 2nd. Look at this one more time, Frank. What'd you see here from the rough?
Gets a lot of grass between club and ball. There's that thick Bermuda rough. And I thought he played a brilliant flop shot from the back of the first earlier on the week. And the variety of shots are starting to come back.
So Tiger's 2 under par. The last time he had consecutive rounds in the 60s, the 2015 Wyndham Champion.
You know, it's easier when we go to like a graphic look. You'll see the hole far better than the players would. There's a little drop in elevation. That's why that fairway's hidden. But you've got to know the run out down that left side, and also where those trees come in from the right. Find the fairway. And especially with that flag today, man, it's not that hard a deal. The screen's been flattened since it's been changed. It's a good par 4 though, because you have to shape it. And Roger, the iron out again.
Yes, when the wind was coming the other way, he went with wood off this tee, but with the wind helping now, and iron, and I like this play very much. And it really takes some of the need out of moving it from left to right against the slope of the fairway, Frank, by going with this club. That's pulled, though. That's left. That's bold.
Yeah, you could tell right away Tiger looking down, not happy at all with that swing.
2-3 over Tiger, who is at 6 under, and he is at the 6th with his 3rd to the par 4. So scrambling here on this difficult hole.
Yeah, Aaron tee shot, played a miraculous shot to get it to that position, and his short game has looked stellar, Dan.
All week long. Not only the short game and the little chips and flop shots from around the green, the putting has been extraordinary. 26 putts, 25 putts in each of the first 2 rounds, and the tap in for the 4 for Tiger to remain at 6 under. And you can tell that it is another gigantic gallery surrounding Tiger, now 42 years old, and trying to continue this latest comeback. So 3 back of Connors, tied in there with Snedeker, who he's playing with. Sam Burns 7th, and Peter Jacobsen.
Thank you, Dan. You see Tiger has taken a long iron off this tee. It's tight fairway, slightly uphill on the tee shot, then downhill on the approach.
And I like this choice of club, Peter. It's a narrowish hole, and if you take too much club and miss left, you get blocked out by trees on the left-hand side. And this smashed left center.
He was smashing that club on the practice tee this morning. He was teeing it down low, and he was hitting those low runners. Drove it. Now, Tiger. I think he's just letting everybody settle down after watching Snedeker extricate himself from the woods.
Yeah, all the galleries had to be moved well back so Snedeker play his shot, and then as soon as he hit, they all rushed back up to the rope line to get a peek at Tiger. He now has 153. Tiger! Just right of the hole.
Fine shot. Just below the hole. Back to
8th. Gary, what about this?
Well, interesting hole here, Dan. The location right here in this area where it's very narrow across here, so it really demands an accurate shot. Now, the good news for the players, everything works in this way, and everything works in this way. So if you can hit a tee shot literally to the right side, you have a chance to get it close, or if you hit it just left, you have a chance to get it close. But you can't afford to hit it in the bunker, especially on the right. Very tough to get it up and down from there.
And Tiger on the tee, 2 back with a 6 iron. Time for Top Tracer technology.
This ball starts at the right side of the green, pretty much holding its line there. Nice shot.
Yeah, very well played. And continues to hit good irons.
shot lead. Let's go ahead to the 8th.
And Roger, Tiger prowling around this latest birdie try.
Yeah, about a 28-footer from behind the hole. Snedeker's already hit a lovely pitch, which he left underneath the hole toward the front of the green. Now this putt at Tiger's slightly downhill, and I gotta believe in the area of the cup, want to wander to the right. It's not really wandering right. It's trying to hang on.
He just looks so comfortable over the putter, Gary. He just gets locked in that good address position. Snedeker feeling good about his game. Finally feeling healthy.
Just seems to be that kind of golf course, Dan, this Copperhead track. You don't make a lot of big numbers, but boy, bogeys come easily. And if you just miss a shot just ever so slightly, get out of position, you can make them in a hurry.
Tiger made his only bogey yesterday in the second round, 68, at the 9th hole, which was his final hole to put him in position for the weekend.
Well, to the 9th, and I look back at the tee. Tiger and Brandt Snedeker have just arrived. Oh, and Tiger with the driver here. He's going to take on that bunker on the right. It's about 285 yards to carry. And the fairway very narrow in between the bunkers, so you either got to be long here or short. Well, here it is. 24 feet uphill. There's the bunker on the right. You can see the fairway sort of squeezes in there in between those bunkers. So Tiger's going to try and take it over that trap, then up the hill to this green. Is tilted from back to front. The flag today in the center, 21 yards on. It's definitely a birdie chance with a decent tee shot. Trying to hit a fade.
That's left, though.
It's a double cross. Well, he might get lucky in there.
Casey says that has been what has been holding him back the last 2 years. As we check in with Tiger at the 9th.
Yeah, and Roger, looks like he maybe caught a bit of a break here.
Yeah, he's got a shot at the green, but he's going to have to keep the ball underneath some limbs, I believe, immediately up ahead of him.
Well, that
so
shot,
he's going to try to bounce it up on.
That shot we just saw is Tiger in the real modern era here. Everybody with a phone out capturing their own video.
So holding the club face square there, a little punch.
Wow, he went up across it.
No bitey.
That will be a challenge, David, from the back of that green, because it is straight downhill to the hole from there. Let's take a look at how he will hold the angle. He'll keep the club, the hands well ahead of the club head. See how he's trying to de-loft the club. But he knows going long, that will be a challenge.
Well, not in great shape.
And out at the 9th, Tiger in the rough with his third.
An awkward little clumpy lie. We played that nicely. Oh, his short game has been spectacular. Tiger Woods takes the lead. And one more look at that. Just a little explosion shot. Holds the club face square. Gets the line right. And the pace isn't bad either. Not getting too excited. He's been here before, but it's been a while. Well, while that was going on, meanwhile,
yes,
11 to 10.
And Tiger, who's not won on the PGA Tour in 4.5 years.
Look at that driving iron again.
He's just ripping that.
He is, and what I like, he's varying the trajectory with it, Dan. I mean, that was the low bullet that we saw so prominently back in his heyday.
back to now.
Whether he can withstand adversity. Those 2 bogeys in a row, he's come right back.
Tiger second at 10.
162 here, trying to shape something in right to left. This is just a little right of the hole at the center of the green.
Controlling the distance nicely when he's in the fairway with his approach shots.
Crowds, most of them around the second to last group, featuring Tiger Woods and Brandt Snedeker. And Nota Begay, you know Tiger better than anyone. You've known him since your youth golfing days, and I don't think that chip in out of the rough was totally unexpected, especially the way Tiger maintains his, 4 greens at his home in Jupiter?
Yeah, he's got 4 practice greens in his backyard, and one of those greens he overseeds every year to sort of mimic the conditions that he would find at Bay Hill, which is he has won 8 times. And it just happens to be an asset coming into something like this week. You saw that great chip in there at the 9th hole. And it's just one of those advantages he has to having that practice facility right when he walks outside his house.
Yep, so it's on to Bay Hill for Tiger, where, as you heard Nota note, 8 wins for him there. Last time he was there, 2013. He won. So good vibes there and here right now.
Nota, is there a superintendent on that golf course, or does he, heave into it himself?
Well, he actually brought in a superintendent that had worked on the crew at Augusta National. So
right,
of course.
he has some of the most pristine conditions that you will find in all of Florida right outside his sliding door, and he takes advantage of it. And it's one of the things that he was able to do most. Putting and chipping throughout all of these injuries was the one thing, or the 2 things that he was able to focus on, because he was not able to swing a lot.
Should move a little to his left. This looks good.
He's got a putting green over there too, Nota. Wow. So back-to-back birdies, and Tiger puts another jolt of electricity through the Copperhead course.
And you talked about it. He just looks so comfortable standing over the ball, doesn't he? Very relaxed. And very confident.
And don't think that Mickelson's victory from a week ago didn't fire up Tiger. In fact, Mickelson was appearing on the Dan Patrick Show earlier this week and said, you know what, it would not surprise me at all if Tiger won this week, because he's always had that position. And if Tiger goes on to win, which is the position he's in right now at the top, first, he'll go all the way up into the 20th position. So all of these numbers, world rankings, and had no FedEx Cup standing, and really no kind of statistics to even look at, are suddenly becoming in clear view.
Yes, they are.
Southeast is here.
Let's take a look at this par 5 11th. It is a dog leg from right to left, very tight off the tee. Trees down the right, the fairway bunkers. You have to carry close to 300 yards to get over those and into the fairway. If you can find the fairway, it is reachable into for most of the players in the field. It has been the easiest hole on the golf course through the first 2 rounds here, but it all starts right here off the tee, Roger.
Does need a good tee shot here to have a chance to take advantage of the hole. A low one, but going right.
All right. Pretty much straight back.
Oh, got a little kick to the left. And the chances are from that lie we'll have to lay up.
So Tiger's in the rough at the par 5 second, so we'll pick up his 3rd here using our top tracer technology.
Look for this to be a little low fade. Just position the ball down the fairway. And that's well done.
Second for Tiger at the 11th, just getting back over at 11 for Tiger's 3rd of the par 5, Roger.
Just a sand wedge from 106 yards. Hole cut just over a bunker here. It's about controlling your distance.
And he's been doing that all week, so Tiger set up for his 3rd birdie in a row. Would be his 5th of the day in the first 11 holes. Tiger beginning the day 2 back at Connors. Connors gave 2 back at 6 and 7. Field. And carefully looking over this birdie for the outright lead.
And a putt from about 7 feet. It's got to go a little to his right. Left edges if he wants to hit it firm. If he wants to hit it softer, I think he's got to get it off the hole just a shade.
And for his third birdie in a row. And everybody around the course has been hearing Tiger roars the last 2 holes. And just a groan here as he's off the mark there. It stays at 8 under.
Lack of speed there. That's all. Had the line. Just didn't hit it quite firmly enough.
So it remains tied with the Canadian Connors. 1 clear of Rose, Casey, and Kraft. And let's
is excellent. Now back on the tee at 12. This is one of the short holes on the course, just 363 yards, and it's just a layup off the tee.
Yeah, you're just trying to get the ball in position here. I think the biggest danger is if you miss it at all right, it can sneak through the fairway. This will be fine. Right in the middle.
Boy, he's so comfortable with that long iron swing. Amazing. Easiest hole today. Every other hole coming in here is going to challenge you, so you've got to do something here and at 14.
It is just a circus out there, Gary. We were on the practice tee early this morning, and you kind of forget, you know, what the Tiger aura is, what the whole scene is like, until you kind of experience it for yourself.
They were 15, 20 deep, just trying to get a glimpse of Tiger as he was warming up.
143 left. Very courteous move by Tiger there, waiting for another player to putt just across the lake to his right on 13, knowing that when he strikes it, there's going to be noise like that.
Big high follow through, trying to take it way up in the air and stop it.
This should spin back.
People going crazy for Tiger's approach here at 12. Let's take another look. Trying to throw it past the hole. And he plays a beautiful shot, trying to pull it back off the hill. I think if it had stayed on the green and not got on the fringe, I think Gary would have come all the way back to the cup. Still a great look for birdie here for Tiger. It's like he never left, guys. It seems like
tie over at 12.
Yeah, Roger, you said this is again, this is speedy downhill. This could get away from him. You've got to be cautious here. If that had gone in, everybody would have jumped out of their seats. The place would have erupted. All right, he goes over to the par 3 13th, which is playing difficultly.
Well, the founder and CEO.
This is the 13th. Tiger on the tee, and you can see him aiming a long way left there. The flag all the way over on the right. I want to start it at the middle of the Valspar sign. Oh, and don't pull it. If that's
this is pulled long left.
No, not there.
Yeah, that is where Sam Burns made a 5 from, and that is the one place you do not want to hit it.
Go back to 13, and Roger, what are we looking at? Oh, we're looking at it. It doesn't look good.
It's a really hard shot. This is where the gallery's been standing. It's all the grass is mashed. The ground's firm, kind of swirly. He's going to try to slip a wedge into this, get it way up in the air and carry that bunker. This is a hard shot to a green that runs away from him.
I mean, he could knock this into the water if he's not careful.
A lot of bad
right?
things can happen here, yeah.
You can even see he's looking, David, like he may play to the right away from the hole.
Yeah. I mean, there isn't a bunch of holes to be played yet in this championship, and it'll be interesting to see whether he takes this on, because that is clumpy and chewy and nasty where he's lying there. Very difficult to control the ball.
We've seen some marvelous short game shots from him so far this week. This, I think, Roger, the hardest he's faced.
Yes, and he's going to have to make a big swing and trust it. This is not for the faint of heart here, Gary.
You can see him rehearsing that swing, David, with the face wide open.
Yeah. They're just checking the bounce. Huge swing for it. Oh boy. Well, that's not the worst miss on the upslope of the bunker. And really playing this just like a bunker shot. That's all he could do. You can see there, look at the drive with his legs for such a short shot. It's well behind it and catches the ball maybe just a little high on the face. Just came out a little weak on him. This shouldn't be too difficult, Rog, huh?
No, now he's got it in a place he can play from with a reasonable amount of confidence. But again, the green works away, but he does have enough green to work with, in my opinion.
Wow, I was just about to say, you can't be serious. Just breaks the other way, away from the hole. A beautiful shot, and he should be able to make a bogey here as we go ahead to 18.
And
so all of a sudden, he's 3 back.
And Rose grabs solo second. Casey did make his bogey there to drop to 6 under, so Casey's 4 back. To 8 under into a tie for second. And back to Tiger on the tee here at 14.
Need to take this down the left side. Starts on a good line. And he's going for the tee pretty quickly. Good sign. Oh yeah, up the left side, Dan, and that is perfect. He will be able to go for the green in 2.
Especially with this driver. And if there's one club still that kind of haunts him a little bit, Gary.
Well, I want to zoom in on the head, and I want you to watch how he's actually moving back away from the ball and a little bit off the ball as he takes the club back. So notice how the head is rotated to the right. To me, that's a very different motion than he was making before this last back surgery. So he's moving off the ball to the right and allowing himself to move forward much better. So a much more free-flowing swing, I think, than we've seen before this last.
Staring that down. So Tiger's next.
Yeah, and how about that drive, Dan? 129 mile an hour club head speed for Tiger with that tee shot we just showed you the instant replay of. Fastest of any player who's played this hole today.
And I was talking to Noda earlier today and asked him, did Tiger think he was going to get this kind of club head speed? And you said?
Absolutely not. I think there was a point in time where Tiger was completely unaware of how far he would come back. And we're starting to see the fruits of a lot of hard work and commitment to his recovery process.
This now a 4-iron from 232. This going at the center of the green.
Yeah, climbs up on there. Very nice.
Another quality crisp shot for Tiger. Backs up just off onto the edge. And so Woods chasing Corey Connors today. And there's Tiger getting a good look at this upcoming eagle attempt. Roger.
Yeah, pretty close to 40 feet here, and the first 20 feet of this putter, so up a false front. So a pretty good slope that it's coming up at the start. It'll be swinging left as it comes up that slope, and then when it gets on top, it'll continue to swing left.
Very difficult putt, Roger, to play enough break. It just seems as though the ball, especially as he gets around the hole, really wants to move hard left.
Grain, slope, everything going that way, so it can be a fooler.
He's done it well. He's done it really well.
Beautiful putt, and Tiger thought he had it. Just veered away at the last second. And so a little left here for birdie, but a chance to get the one that he dropped back at 13. Get it back to 8 under within 2. It's just amazing, Gary, when you think about where Tiger was not too long ago with the short game, especially with the chips and the short shots off the green. I mean, it was a kind of game that we obviously weren't used to watching, but everybody thought, is he ever going to get over this?
Well, yes, the comeback that he attempted to make before this comeback, it really looked as though he had some serious issues around the greens and on the greens. Obviously, that has been rectified.
And that's what makes this new arrival in the latest comeback even more impressive because of the depth bad spot, really. And now Tiger back at 15.
And he's got a hit, Aaron.
His eyes are going up and down. That's usually a good sign. On line, right over the top of the flagstick.
Another crisp iron for Tiger. It'll be another birdie look for Woods. Connors has hit a set.
That it puts the spin on it and won't allow the ball to release.
And so Tiger has another good look here for birdie.
He's had a lot of good looks on this backside. This one, I think, should maybe move a little left. The green is working that way on this part of the green, so I think it might pull it that way some.
Yeah, Roger, let's see if he can figure that out. It's normally a very difficult putt to read. We just saw Kelly Craft putt from a very similar position and miss it left, not picking up on that break.
Cannot remember the last time we saw crowds like this at a golf tournament. Okay, so the Ryder Cup and, you know, but a regular PGA Tour event is just another world.
It's hard to read that break. Hard to see it. Roger, you did, but I don't think Tiger did.
I think I remembered it.
Let's go.
The thickest stuff.
Well, that's where the sprinklers still reach and still water, so the grass is very healthy.
Yeah, and the gallery doesn't get out that close to the fairway. Now Tiger, here you see on the right, the 3D follow.
See if he can maintain his rhythm, and, especially through the transition as he gets into the forward swing. When he gets a little quick, that's when he has a tendency to lose it to the left.
I've been watching for that closely, Gary, and he's stayed in pretty good rhythm all day. He's trying to cut it, but on that line, I think it's through the fairway.
It gets a great bounce, doesn't it? And beautiful shape to the shot, just slightly left to right.
Well, as Tiger enters the snake pit, successfully putting it in the fairway here at the very difficult par 4 16th. Take a look at the swing. You see he's gripped down on that fairway club, but watch how he down cocks the club, trying to hit a cut. And Gary, we were talking in the break. That's a great sign for Tiger, as confident as he is to hit that little cut out there.
To see what the proper shot was and be able
from behind the hole. So short is okay here. Now Tiger with his second.
He's got 161 left.
As I said, that hole location's up on a very small plateau on that front left side. So he's hit 11 of the 15 greens so far today, so his iron game is sharp.
I'd be looking for something shaped a little right to left here, Peter, but you want to make your error, if anything, to the right. That's right of the hole.
That's fine.
And as we bring you back in, Noda, you know that Tiger knows exactly where he is on the leaderboard for a good reason.
Absolutely. He just watched Kelly Craft struggle at the 16th, and he knows what has to happen in order for him to find that final pairing tomorrow. And so he'll be keeping his eye on Justin Rose's card as he walks around the 16th green, and possibly as he walks off 17, to know that if he needs a birdie at 18 to get in that final pairing, he will take the necessary risk to do that.
And do you think that if he's able to get into that final pairing with Connors, that he can kind of use the Tiger Woods aura? I mean, he kind of knows what past players have gone through.
Yeah, he's very well aware of how.
Back at 16, Roger, Ryan Palmer just had this same putt, and he didn't get enough break on it, and it ended up turning left of the hole and went about 8 feet by, Roger. So this is there's no gimme here.
No, the first part of the putt is uphill to get onto that small plateau you were talking about earlier, Peter, and then the green running left, slope running left. So if you get it swinging underneath, yeah, I could see it sneaking by good ways.
16th green here, surrounded by the Patriots outpost. All the servicemen and women are welcome, and they've been in there packed all week long. And you know, cheering for Tiger with his military background, with his family's background. It is. It goes straight up the hill and then just puts on the left turn blinker. One here, Roger.
This has got a little left motion in it.
Is that not rock solid or what?
Well, this may be Tiger's debut here at the Valspar Championship, but it's not the first time that he's been here to Innisbrook. It was back in 1996. This was a year he turned pro. He had already gotten a couple of PGA Tour wins under his belt, and this is a tee shot at 17. It was the J.C. Penney Classic final round. He was teamed with Kelly Keeney, who was playing in her first event as a professional. And you can see Tiger's got the red and black Nike gear on. They didn't have men's clothing for the women back. Didn't have women's clothing from Nike back in the day, so Kelly looked a little oversized there in a shirt. But
extra small, still too big.
They ended up being a shot back of Mike Holbert and Donna Andrews, and then 4 months. Well, Tiger doesn't have the double pleats anymore, David, from 96, or the large shirt version, but looking good, modern day.
Yeah, it's amazing. With all the trouble that he's had with his back, he has stayed in remarkable physical shape. Just as strong as an ox.
Roger, this would be the perfect setup for the shot that he played here the other day, wouldn't it? That nice little carving left to right shot.
It would be, but I think you got to be questioning, is this a flag you want to take on, Gary? Well, you know, there's room left there.
He had a brilliant one here the other day within a foot or so of the hole.
7-iron here.
7-iron?
7-iron.
I mean, he can hoist it up into the stratosphere, so I mean, he could possibly land it in there somewhere and stop it. He hit that hard.
He hit it very hard, very high, and left of the hole to center of the green.
Yeah, boy, that might have done it if it had been straight at the flag, but he's got more sense.
Good shot. Let's go to 17.
Tiger is he's thinking about making this. It's just an educated guess. He will be staring this down. He'll want to get on that last group, Gary.
Yeah, I would think so, Roger. And Roger, a putt that he can be aggressive with, right? I mean, pretty much uphill.
Yes, I would call it uphill overall, and I think might be a bit of a double breaker. I think it goes left in the, or excuse me, right in the middle of the putt, and then in the area of the cup, I think it'll straighten up and might even turn back left. At least that's what I'm seeing from this angle.
This would bring the house down. Yep. Just went a little left in the last 6 or 7 feet.
At that stage.
All right, as Tiger gets ready for his tee shot at 18, Paul Casey made double at 16 and has dropped to 4 under as Tiger gets ready at this 424-yard 18th. Got to fit it in there. He's got an iron. Snedeker has already hit it into the left rough.
Got this 2-iron that he has just struck right in the right center of the fairway. Beautiful.
The hole playing downwind today, unlike it did in the first 2 rounds, so able to go with the conservative play. Does it nicely.
Same old confident. And is ready to go here at 18. Roger.
Well, just starting to sprinkle here. At the moment, Tiger has 170 yards up the hill from the right side. This is as good an angle as you're going to find, Gary.
And this shot, Roger, is all about the distance control as you play up this hill. You have to make sure you hit it far enough to get it past that front green side bunker.
Wants a birdie here if he's got some real hopes of playing in that final pairing tomorrow.
This right of the hole, center of the green.
Yeah, very nicely done. Got the distance just right. You can't afford to go left. Well done. Stay on there. It's actually going to catch a slope. It's going to work its way down into the bottom of a low area. And will leave a tricky putt from there. Steeply uphill at the start and then back down as it gets near the hole.
Well, will that help Tiger a little bit on his line? Probably will. Snedeker will be first to play here at 18. And for Tiger and Roger, it's been a while since you've been in the heat of a championship with Tiger, and I thought it was an interesting remark you made in the commercial earlier. You say, oh, you know, the crowds are still there, but it's a different kind of feeling out there, isn't it?
Correct. You know, there was always the Tiger mania, the electricity, the buzz that nobody else could generate, but there's a level of adoration and love there now. I mean, they truly miss this guy, and you know, it's more like an Arnold Palmer crowd, if you know what I'm saying. It's a change in the atmosphere, but still plenty exciting, and I've missed him. I've missed watching him play golf, watch him think his way around a golf course, and the way he produces shots and angles and plays short shots. It's just it's brilliant. If you're a golfer, it's fun to watch.
This to tie for the lead.
He's got it high enough. Will it break?
And I think a lot of that adoration has a lot to do with what he's come back from. The 4 knee surgeries, the latest of the back surgeries, which is a fusion, and he was only cleared to go full go a month before his event in the Bahamas at the end of last year. So this is all really very new stuff for Tiger, who's progressed, as he likes to use the word, just
probably faster than he expected.
Yep.
I mean, when we talked to him at the press,
Snedeker says he feels healthier than he ever has, or at least maybe 4 or 5 years. So now Tiger with a little tester here. Just one drop shot that came back at the 13th when he was long at that par 3. So this for a round of 4 under 67. So unless Connors comes back, Rose is the first in at 8 under, so right now Rose set to play with Connors in the final pairing, but Tiger right in the thick of it.
Yeah, that same grouping of Tiger and Brandt Snedeker would be in the next to last group as they were today.
By the way, the last time Tiger played in the final group of the final round, 2013 Bridgestone Invitational World Golf Championship. That was also his last win on the PGA Tour, as he was the 54-hole leader that day.
All right, Dan, thank you. Tiger, I heard someone before just ask you, how much fun did you have out there? Well,
we did. We had a good time. I think I've played, 13 rounds coming back, and I think I've played half of them with Sneds, and we were joking about that most of the day. We had a good time. The environment was incredible. The people were into it. I played well, Sneds played well, and the people, I think they really got entertained today.
Let's show off some of your good shots. Take a look at the monitor. We're going to go with the birdie putt at 3. The greens really rolling well this week, aren't they?
Yeah, they were. No, this was downhill, down grain, coming across the hill, and I gave a little premature kind of step. Almost missed it low.
The stiff right leg usually gives it away as far as being good. How about your 3rd at 5 here? How about this touch?
This was a good one. The ball was sitting halfway down. I had to go after it and then got out of there. I was able to kill it, which was nice.
Next hole at the 6th, also your 3rd. This one a little bit short of the green.
I had a hell of a second shot to get to this point, and it was just a pitch and run with my 56 and let it roll out.
If anybody had any question whether or not your touch in and around the greens was off still, I think it got answered in the last 3 days. How about this one at 9?
9 was a good one. This was quick. I hit it with some speed, and I was able to hit a nice little dyer in there, and it rolled in just like a putt, which was nice.
The place was going crazy. We'll get to the atmosphere in a second. Let's go to the other side of the golf course now. Your birdie putt here at the 10th.
10 was just uphill right to left. Make sure I give it enough gas, and I hit a good putt. Went in dead center.
Really looked like your putter was working well for you. How about your 2nd at 14? This was a beauty.
I absolutely smoked this 4-iron. Wind switched on us. Actually came back in, and Joey, over here saying, "Go, please go," because you could tell the wind did switch. The ball did stand up a little bit.
All right, when you go to the tee at 16, a lot of the guys were talking about this perhaps being your best swing of the day on the tee. What does it say about your confidence that you're able to shape a shot like this on a hole like 16?
Well, I hit a few little shots on the range just in case I had to hit it today on 16, because 2-iron yesterday, it's 255 cover, and I barely covered it, and if a wind's coming out of the southeast, then 2-irons, not the club. I can't cover it, so had to hit 3-wood. But again, 3-wood brings in the left trouble. So I hit a few of those little shots on the range. Felt really comfortable hitting them, and worked out perfectly.
So it all added up to a 67. We could hear and see the craziness going on outside the ropes. From your vantage point inside the ropes while you're competing, what's that like?
Loud, very, very loud. The people here in Tampa are really into it, and it's been incredible. They've been so nice and just been into it, and they really have been into this event. And I've played myself right there in contention, so it'll be a fun Sunday.
Well, it's the first time they've seen you in 22 years. Good to have you back here in Western Florida. Tiger Woods with a Saturday 67. He's in the mix, headed to the final round at the Valspar Championship.
Today, right now, you have more.